Sore. It was a dogfight. We knew that going into the game though. It's always, whatever the records are between these teams, it's always going to be a 60-minute game, and that was a battle. It really was. There's some sore guys out there, both sides of the ball, but at the end of the day, we just got to finish that drive.
Can you go through those last two throws, how the play was designed and what you ended up seeing?
Yeah, I've been hearing that Trent got held on the third down play a little bit. He was kind of the backside read on it. They took away everything on the front side and tried to give him a ball to catch. It was a tough contested one, but yeah, is what it is. And then the next one, we had Trent again. George kind of got double teamed, took the coverage with him, and it was just it's a tough one.
Was there any question in your mind when you let that thing go that would have been a touchdown?
No, I knew it was. We ran that on him. We've done it before on him. It's been successful, and we kind of knew it right there. So it's just that's football, though. You could do all the stuff you want, all the good stuff in the world, make plays, get yourself down in position, and at the end of the day, it comes down to that one play. Did you make it or not? And that's the way the chips fall.
Two interceptions. What did you see on them?
Just tough situations. Just the second one just got a little greedy with it. Should have just been a little smarter and taken the check down. But just, just two tough situations with that.
It looked like on the first one was like maybe Sherfield was open to Wagner, surprised you?
A little bit, yeah. Made a nice play on it. Just he kind of got lost in. There was a big crowd of people with the play action, and he kind of just popped out of it last second. Tip your hat to him. Made a nice play on it.
You went to Kittle a lot today, obviously, and especially on the last drive, too. When it came down inside the 10 there, was he wanting the ball? And obviously, coverage dictated otherwise.
Yeah, I think everyone wanted the ball. BA, I could see it in his eyes. We had a couple that were, meant for him, and George, same way. But, yeah, coverage, defenses are going to take away, your number one guy in situations like that, and we know that. So, but I have confidence in all those skill guys. Whether it went to a running back, receiver, tight end, whoever, I have confidence in those guys.
Jimmy, what's your mindset when you know you got to go, 98 yards to tie that thing up? I know they're going to probably allow you to nickel and dime a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of what's your mindset there?
That we've been here before, honestly. We very similar to our situation we were in last week, not being down, but just being backed up like that and having to string together a long drive like that. So we've done it before. That was a great drive up until the end there. But that's kind of what I was saying before. Just, you do all this good, bad, and different, whatever it is, and, that whole football game comes down to one play at the end. It's kind of crazy.
Jimmy, Kyle said that George was number one in the progression on both of those plays.
Mm-hmm.
There. How quickly do you realize that is this pre-snap that you realize, I won't be able to go to him, or how does that go through your mind?
You have an idea pre-snap, but you're always reacting post-snap. The first one, the third down play, they kind of took it away immediately. They were sitting on it a little bit, waiting for it. But the second one, he made his move, and the linebacker stayed with him. Safety kind of closed on him, so I knew I had one-on-one outside. And that's all you could ask for in the red zone, get a one-on-one like that. And, Trent won the route. So it was just a tough situation, though.
And the timing to Trent would have been to get it to him?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was in rhythm and everything, but, it is what it is.
You obviously want this win. You obviously want this win today. Given how close things are in the playoff picture, what does this loss?
I just heard that it puts us down to the 7th seed, but I don't know. It's one of those losses that you can't let this, stick with you for too long. Watch the film, be hard on ourselves like we always are. We're very critical of all the little things, but Cincinnati's going to come up real quick, and we got to be able to move on. And we're going out there, so get your mind right for long travel. And this train ain't stopping, so we got to be ready for it.
Jimmy, there was 3-8. They just had Monday night in Washington. There's so much going against them, but it seemed like you guys knew going in this was going to be better. What is it about the Seahawks, just regardless?
Say that again. What was the question?
Well, what is it about the Seahawks in their medal? Like you just knew it was going to be something like this.
Well, I'm sure the environment is part of it. This is as electric as it gets. At the end there, you couldn't hear much in the huddle. Guys were, reading lips and things like that. So I'm sure that plays a role in it. But it's just they've been like this for years now. It starts with Russ and Coach Carroll, I think. But that's just kind of the team they are. It's very similar to us in that way. That's why it's always just such a dogfight between us when we play each other. So we knew what we were getting into, but just got to be more ready.
Jimmy, what was that play where You guys got the penalty on the snap, you rolled out, was that run pass option?
What happened on the
You
play?
guys got the penalty on, they said it was a
Zone read.
Oh, yeah. Alex, I mean, something happened with the ball. He kind of moved it and slipped a little bit. And then I think they blew the whistle. I really wasn't sure, but yeah, kind of a little broken play there at that point.
What was it supposed to be?
It was supposed to be a zone read. Kind of some shit happened. And I don't know how else to describe it. Yeah, but that was fun.
Obviously, you don't want the refs
All right.
to dictate the game, but how frustrating is it to try to keep your momentum going when that's going on with some penalties?
It's tough. I mean, it is tough, but it's part of the game. They're going to call some for us, some for them. At the end of the day, though, you just got to move on and keep playing.
All right, thanks, Jimmy.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Obviously, the last 3 games you guys have played have been very clean and pretty mistake-free. Is this just NFL? You never know what's going to happen, because this was obviously much sloppier for you guys.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, nobody wants to turn the ball over. Nobody wants to have penalties. But it's the NFL. Seattle's a good defense. They made it, pretty. They made it pretty sloppy for us.
What did they do defensively to be able to slow down the run game like you just did today?
They just crowd the line of scrimmage, crowd the box, and then they bring the linebackers downhill pretty quick, draw us off double teams. So they just wanted to make it one-on-ones across the whole line. So that's what they. I mean, obviously teams are going to play us like that to try to stop the run.
How frustrating was it? I mean, we don't want the refs to dictate the game, but how frustrating is it when it's changing your momentum, changing the course of the game?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. I mean, especially when you can look on the replay and then kind of see how bad the call is and they continue to happen. So, yeah, I mean, we're grown, though. We understand that the ref's not perfect. They're human. They're going to make mistakes. So, I think the team did a good job continuing to fight, just continuing to we understood that those penalties kind of made some people upset, but they continue to fight. We went on a 99-yard drive, came up short right at the goal line.
Trent, as many have mentioned, you guys are still on your run today with a tough loss. What do you take from today, and what message do you give to your players being a veteran to continue to fight for that playoff?
Yeah, just like you said, just keep fighting. None is, we understand it's going to be adversity to overcome. It's going to be trials and tribulations. I mean, it's a long season. We still got a lot of football left to play. But yeah, my message is just continue to fight. It's not over. Seattle was a good team that was on a three-game skid, I think, 3-4 game skid. So, I mean, they got home field advantage. You expect them to come out and play their butts off. They did. We end up, giving them one on their home field, and that's something that we got to accept and move forward.
Game begins with a really serious injury, and I don't think the offense got out there for a while. I mean, how hard is it to kind of see that and then realize I still have to play 60 minutes?
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, anytime you see one of yours get carried out on a stretcher, I think everybody kind of looks at that and it messes with everybody. It's just be lying to sit here and say it don't. Especially when you see an injury like that, and you see somebody, leave in an ambulance on a stretcher. It's pretty tough to deal with, especially how close-knit this locker room is. So, I mean, it's football. It happens. We're praying for Trent. Hopefully, everything. We heard that everything is pretty good with him. So, just continue to pray for him, and we'll welcome him back as soon as he come back to San Fran. But like you said, it's tough to start a game off that way. But we're professionals. You got to fight through that type of stuff.
It's such an emotional roller coaster of a game. What was the mood like on the sidelines, and that's what it seemed like from outside?
It was positive. Nobody put their head down. Nobody hung their head. We just continued to fight. We understood that it was going to be a 60-minute game. Anytime you're playing Russell Wilson, 99% of the time it's going to be a 60-minute game. I mean, he's always going to keep his team in the game. The defense is going to keep their team in the game. So we understood that it would be a 4-quarter fight, and we just came up short.
Trent, when it looked like the game was over if they just kicked a field goal there and then Everett fumbled. I mean, are you like, wow, like this is a crazy game?
Yeah, it is a crazy game. We know that with our defense, You know, no matter if it is first and goal at the 1 or fourth and goal at the 1, we know we got a chance. Those guys fly around, they play like their hair is on fire every single snap. So we knew we always hold out hope that they're going to get a stop, and they did. You know, they played a really good game, and I think we kind of let them down with some sloppy play.
Are you watching the big screen, or are you watching the action on the field when Aziz made that play at the goal line?
I think I was watching it on the field. I think I was. I didn't see the ball come out at first, so you know, I knew we stopped them, so I was getting ready to go out there. I missed the whole scrum, and, you know, the ball coming out. But like I said, our defense is phenomenal, and we expect them to make those type of plays as offense. And, you know, even as special teams, we got to, you know, meet them on their level.
And as an offensive tackle, are there methods that you use so that a defensive end can't get his hand up to block that fourth down pass?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough, man. It's tough. You don't know when the quarterback's throwing the ball. He got eyes on the quarterback. He know what direction the quarterback's throwing. He know when the ball's released. It's tough, especially when you're going against a DN that's 6'7" with, you know, power forward arms. You know, it's tough, man. There's no way, you know, that you can keep a man's hands down, not with the rules that we're governed with. So it's just tough, man. That's why guys like that with long arms and, you know, they're pretty sought after because they can do stuff like that.
Thank you, Trent.
How difficult is this one to swallow for you guys?
Oh, it's brutal. And again, losing sucks. Have all the opportunities, turnovers, fake punts for touchdowns, and then when you give Russell Wilson a chance, he's gonna take advantage of that opportunity. But we weren't clean enough on offense. I think our defense played a hell of a game. They tried really. They did about everything they could to keep us in the game, give us an opportunity. And our offense, we didn't really do anything in the second half. And it's hard to win in Seattle if you don't really do anything in the second half.
Can you describe the coverage that you drew of the final two plays that kind of took you out of the progression?
They just did a good job of just followed me around. When especially you do. I think the very last play I had two guys on me, and then the play before that Jim threw to Trent. It was the slide coming out the backside, and I just had a guy man coverage on me. If it's zone, it's a perfect play call. Man, it's tough.
You don't want the refs to dictate the game, but how frustrating is it with the calls that were made to keep your momentum going on the offense?
Refs make calls, they don't make calls. It is what it is. You got to live with it. Yeah, it's frustrating when there's like drive stoppers. And we had a couple penalties the last drive that we were able to overcome, and so you can't use penalties as an excuse. You just got to play better.
Are you aware just like how insane and weird the game is while it's happening?
Yeah, that was one of the wildest games I've ever been a part of. Just like the first half was absolutely crazy. I was talking to Diggs about that. I was like, I've never been a part of a game like this, from the fake punt to safeties to turnovers. It was a wild first half. And then one of a hell of a way to end the game, right? Stop him on the 1, go 96 yards, and then stops on 4th down. Crazy.
How about the tightrope action?
Oh, yeah. Juwan gave me an opportunity. I was able to get underneath everybody. Took it on a high angle, and then Juwan came through and just cleaned the corner's clock. Gave me an opportunity to show off a little speed and athleticism. Felt good to get some yak again. I was just looking at the line saying, just don't go out of bounds because this could be really cool.
And you knew that you stayed in the whole time? It was close on me.
Well, so when I got to the end zone, I wasn't really sure because there was no one down there to celebrate with me, so I kind of felt alone. Took Jimmy like 60 seconds to get down there, it felt like. But, when I saw everyone start running, I was like, all right, cool, it's a touchdown. And so that was, it was wild. Fun play, though.
It was such an emotional roller coaster of the game. What was it like on the sidelines throughout?
Like a roller coaster. It's pretty brutal. Like I said, I think our defense played really, really well for being down the amount of guys there were, especially, we took some injuries early. When you lose your starting corner right away, it's tough. But I thought we played really well. I thought our defense, they gave us every opportunity to win that game, and we just couldn't get it done on offense. And you got to play, at least 2 of your 3 teams have to play well. And I think our offense and our special teams didn't play our best games. And, I'm not trying to point fingers, but we have to, hold each other accountable. Got to look in the mirror. And we didn't do a lot of stuff in our run game was okay. But, as a whole, we have to run the ball better and just hold on to the football.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys.
That's it for us, yep.
Hey, faithful, click here to subscribe.